All right, we're live. Why are we not on the screen?
I'm not sure. Hey, Eurovision Fam. Can you hear us but not see us?
I don't think
Is
they
that
can
what's
even...
going on?
I know what I did wrong.
Apricot stone.
Shh.
No, I shouldn't.
What is happening? Okay,
Hey, Eurovision Fam. So if I sound weird, it's because I have like a cold right now, so I'm a little under the weather. But we work, we move, we hustle.
I don't understand why we're not in the video.
This could be like podcast vibes.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand why. What did I do wrong? There we go. We'll use this.
Hey guys.
Hi everyone.
There we are.
Hi. Why our layout was being... Oh, there we go. I don't understand why I was having issues with the layout there. I don't want that Streamlabs logo though.
It's so
there we go.
So
hello.
Big. There we go. Hi guys.
Hi everyone. It is us, Lili Loves and
EurovisionSC.
And we're here for another weekly stream of Eurovision Fam.
Woo!
I know, right? So exciting. So we're gonna go ahead and hop into this. We've got some stuff that happened this week.
Some stuff, not a ton of stuff, but some stuff.
Yeah, we're pretty low on things. So yeah, we've got our last two cities that are trying to compete, and we've got some junior stuff to go over. So let's go ahead and let's start with our last two cities that are looking to host Eurovision.
Yes. So coming up soon on the website, there's going to be an article about the final two host cities that we have, Liverpool and Glasgow. I'm personally taken a little bit by surprise by this duo because for some reason I thought that it was going to be Manchester who was going to or Birmingham to push the ticket a little bit further forward, but it's Liverpool and Glasgow. So interesting turn of events.
I feel like Glasgow was always one of the ones that people were like, oh, it's going to, was always one that we were talking about being in the running. So I am, not surprised to see them there. I'm like, I don't know why I thought Manchester. I guess I thought Manchester just because they do so much TV stuff.
Yeah.
But maybe it's because they do so much TV stuff that they're kind of like, no, let's not do Manchester.
Mm-hmm. And I was taking a look at the seating capacity of both of the arenas. So OVO Hydro in Glasgow has a seating capacity of 14,300. And Liverpool, I believe, standard layouts range from just under 4,000 to over 11,000 capacity. So we have a little bit of an edge in terms of seating capacity for Glasgow. But I haven't seen a ton about the venue. I haven't actually seen pictures of the venues, so I'm not quite sure how that would be executed in either arena.
You mean the venue for Glasgow? You've seen pictures of it.
Of the arena in Glasgow? Have I?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Go look it up.
You guys,
I'll wait.
This Dayquil is making me a mess. But as you remember from last season when I was also on Dayquil when I had COVID,
oh my gosh.
Me being a mess is just not that different of a time. Okay, so the Glasgow arena, I think I have to give it to Liverpool, like the edge in which case, because just aesthetically thinking about how it would be set up, I think Liverpool would be able to have better kind of like acoustics and like camera framing. But that's just my initial thought from the images that were provided. Do you have any thoughts about the arenas?
I mean, I would say do it for the meme and put it in Glasgow, just because
Period.
I'm always here for a good old meme.
Yep.
So why not put it in Glasgow, since that's the arena they use for that Eurovision movie, and
it'll be a full circle moment if they do decide Glasgow. It'll be a full circle moment because Wilf. I say this every time he comes up, but Will Ferrell, I was the biggest hater of the fact that he was making a Eurovision movie, only to be one of the biggest fans of the Eurovision movie when it was released.
Okay. Also, I'm looking at the seating, the way the seating is laid out at the OVO Hydro, and I don't know. I think I kind of like the way because it's not gonna, because the way it's set up, it's got a good. like it's got a good section pulled out. Let me, you know what?
I don't know why. It's kind of giving me like Shakira halftime show.
Well, that's more like you put it in the middle of the football field. What is the name of the arena for Liverpool? We can compare.
It's just the Liverpool arena, I think.
Okay, let me mute my mic for a second.
It's not a very interesting name. But UK folks, y'all didn't think it was going to happen, but y'all are just going to be a short ride away from a Eurovision contest. So celebrate. You have Sam to thank for that.
They have hosted the most times, haven't they?
I mean, yeah, because like not every country was super eligible to host after they won. Like, what was the one that
Okay, I just don't want to be typing. My keyboard is loud as hell.
I mean, like Brighton, the year before Luxembourg won, and they were unable to host, but that's because that country is literally a cartwheel big. So
I remember being in school and like learning about countries like Luxembourg and like Liechtenstein and Monaco and being like, how are you a country? Just because like we live in the US and like fun fact, it's a really big country.
Yeah.
So living in the States, it's just kind of like everything is so big.
Yeah, microstates aren't a thing. It's not a part of our reality at all.
No, it's not. Oh, we've got some people in today. So,
hey guys.
Hello. Hi, Georgios Papadopoulos. We missed you last week.
Georgios. Good to see you. Welcome back to our second season.
And hello, Renata. I think this is the first time I've seen you in chat.
Hello,
how are you
good
doing
to
today?
see you. We're just talking about the host city potential venues right now.
Okay, it's the M&S Bank Arena in Liverpool. So I'll pull it up because you know what? We don't got a lot of stuff to talk about today, so why not compare the arena seating charts?
Woo! Because this would actually be determining where we're going to be seeing a lot of the events unfold in the next couple months. So it'd be good for us to take a look. Ooh, I love the background.
I don't like that background. I'm trying to figure out how to add.
It's very like Vietnamese karaoke video.
I want to add a oh my gosh. I want to add in a visual aspect, but I'm not sure how to do that on this. 1 second. And
so you guys, with the two arenas that we have, one has 14,300 capacity and the other one has just under 11,000 capacity, or at least that's what it seems like from the information Wikipedia is providing. I'm sorry if I sound like terrible, by the way. It's because I'm sick. I probably said that again, but I mean, y'all just joined, so welcome in. Thank you for being a part of our stream.
Yeah, I can't find how to make a picture come through on this, but that's okay.
Figure that out. We can figure that out later, yeah.
Yeah, so I was gonna be like, oh yeah, like there's like I'm looking at the seating chart and it's not bad. Like there's multiple like boxes areas too. Mm-hmm. It's like when you're way far back, there's a good spot like this. I'm looking at for oh my gosh, for Glasgow right now. And yeah, like I can see that being cool. What if I do this? No, that did not work.
See, and I still kind of want to give Glasgow an edge just because of like cultural difference, because a lot of the UK cities that I've hosted in the past were like South Country, were like England vibes. Scotland is nothing like England, or at least when I was socialized with some Scottish people, that's the message that very clearly came across. And I kind of need Scottish culture to be like showcased in some way if it is Glasgow. I don't necessarily have that same desire if it were going to be the Liverpool venue. But the important thing, and as Sam Ryder was saying, the Ukrainian culture should be showcased first and foremost, because they are the country that did win last year regardless of what situation they're in, they are the winning country. And as you know, as the show works, it's time for them to showcase their culture. And as we know from 2017, they have a ton of awesome culture surrounding music, surrounding visual concept, and especially now surrounding just kind of personal philosophy.
Oh yeah, no, totally. I look forward to seeing that. And I know we have to have a balance and everything, but I don't want it to skew too heavily British. If we can avoid that at all
happen.
costs.
That can very well happen though. That can very well happen.
I'm
but
not gonna make a joke about about the British Empire or anything like that, but there's a joke there that's clearly waiting to be said.
It's okay. I mean, like, typically the British people who would be keen to watch our streams would they would be on the side of like, oh yeah, like we understand with context.
Yeah. With context, yeah. No, exactly. So let's go.
Yeah, that's the 2 potential host cities. Hopefully we get the official announcement in the next couple days. We're just kind of like holding out for that right now.
I think for my personal taste and where I would want to go more, I'm leaning more towards Glasgow for that reason. Just because I know there's other stuff in the city I would want to do.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head. Like with Liverpool, everything I can think of to do is all like Beatles related. If that makes sense.
That makes a perfect amount of sense, but you know what? That might be the driving force for Liverpool's delegation to try to bring Eurovision to the city. It's like, yes, the Beatles were here. The Beatles had like such a big influence on British music culture, on British culture in general. That could be their argument.
I mean, music in general, though, like they were global, but like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 1 second. Let's go ahead and let's talk about Junior. So we got our final 16 cities and our final 16 countries that will be competing at Junior announced. Albania, Armenia, France, Georgia, Ireland, Italy, Kazakhstan, Malta, Netherlands, North Macedonia, Poland, Portugal, Serbia, Spain, Ukraine, and the United Kingdom.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's actually in alphabetical order because if you look at the graphic the EBU put out, they put the United Kingdom before they put in Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that's not alphabetical order, guys.
It's okay. They're figuring it out.
Yeah. So yeah, that's basically kind of
the United Kingdom is returning to the contest after 17 years. Whoa!
Yeah. See, like I said before, my issue with the UK coming back is that the BBC takes precedent over the other broadcasters.
Mm-hmm.
So no more Wales. Now, as far as who they select, if the UK is going to stay in Junior, like we've seen with the other Big 5 countries when they've come in, they have done it more than once. Like Italy's here to stay at this point. Spain is back, and Spain is loving it, apparently.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Germany left. France is like, oh, we actually won one of these, so let's stick around.
Malta's going nowhere.
I'm just talking about Big 5
Georgia's going nowhere. Ireland's going nowhere.
Yeah. But like with Big 5 countries, if the UK does stick around, choose artists from more than just England, maybe.
Yeah.
And choose languages more than just English.
Yeah, like Cornish would be super cool.
Yeah, all right.
Manx would be super cool.
Would that be within the rules though?
Would it be within the rules? That's a really good question.
Because you have to sing in like a language that's like a national language. And I don't know if those are recognized nationally in the United Kingdom or if it's just English. Because it's like one of those.
Yeah.
It's like one of those things where if we had like an American Song Contest Junior edition or whatever, we don't have a national language in the US. Like people like English is like the language used for an official capacity, but we don't actually have like a national language declared.
It's probably going to be English then.
But
it's probably just going to straight up be English.
I mean, you could mix in some other stuff, but like it would be nice to hear like some Scots every once in a while, or you know,
or even just like a really heavy accent from one of like the villages. that would suffice in some regard.
I don't know. Do kids have heavy accents anymore? I feel like most children don't have like. I mean, you know what I mean. Like your
They
accent
have like
kind of gets
children
neutralized.
accent.
I mean, in a way that like everything's so national as far as entertainment goes now that like super regional accents I feel like have kind of gone by the wayside.
I mean, kind of, yeah. Like, I couldn't speak for the UK per se, but it would be interesting if they invited someone that didn't have like a South London accent to come sing for their country, because they have like such a wide array of languages, dialects, like of English too. So if they're able to showcase that in any regard, then that would be awesome, frankly.
Yeah, I still don't understand how there's such variety in such a small country as far as like what they call some things goes. I'm like, really? You guys are like half an hour away from each other and it's a flat land. Like you don't have like mountains to block you like we do in like the Appalachians and why they sound like they do.
Yeah. And it's just like you and I live on opposite sides of the country, but we speak of more or less the same American standard accent of English, more or less.
Because TV.
It is TV, isn't it?
TV and the fact
media changes our language forever.
Exactly. I went to the Georgios. I went to the UK this year for the second time. Let me not have my camera in the way. For the second time, and Europe is my favorite country. It's so great. It can be there.
Ooh, okay, Georgios. I'm holding out for you. If it's in Liverpool, then I would look back on what you said and be like, dang, Georgios was right.
Yeah, so yeah, those are the competing countries. As far as branding goes, we got the logo, which is like a spinning kind of top situation with some colors on it. And I guess the color, well, because you can make the colors, like the swooshy bits, be the colors of the flag. But then in the promo video, they also had the flags on top of the tops. So I don't know. Both.
I think it's super cute. I mean, like the symbol of the top itself, the symbol of that kind of being like a traditional Armenian like hand carved toy that has like really intricate patterning, and them incorporating that patterning with the flags, super cute in my opinion. I am not the biggest fan of the slogan, like how that factors in. I'm just like, oh, it's kind of here and there, but I love the top. I love the top.
It kind of fits in with the top though, because you spin a top.
I know it fits in with the top, but that's my opinion. Love the theory that they're going for.
It's cute. I'm not gonna be upset when I saw it. I wasn't upset when I saw it. I was like, oh, this is cute. I like the carvings on the top is really intricate. It's very like kind of traditionally Armenian. Yeah. So you can bring in the aspects of your own culture with the top, and I think it's cute. So continuing
I'm excited for those postcards though.
I know, right? I'm like, ooh. And honestly, anything is better than the postcards we had in Italy. Let's be honest.
Oh my gosh. Seeing them in person was just the most tragic thing ever. The most tragic. Actually, like, I didn't even see a lot of them in person because in the first semifinal, I was behind like this huge lighting rig and I couldn't see literally anything. So that was terrible. But I mean, like, the postcards themselves, it was very much giving like, what am I gonna say? Like 2004 Olympics in Sydney, Australia. It's like very like trying to be futuristic about something where it's just like let's not. But
you mentioning the lighting rig issue you had, looking at the layout of the Glasgow Arena, I don't think lighting rigs would be an issue.
Oh, okay.
Because like I really wish I could pull this over and put it on the screen.
Because Pala Alpator, like so many of us were trapped behind these big lighting rigs that made the stage invisible, that made the projecting screens invisible. It was kind of an awful time, honestly.
Yeah. Oh, hold on a second. I think I can do this. Oh, here we go. I have share screen.
Yay! We get it?
Yeah, we got it. Okay.
Sweet.
We're going to go back to talking about this for a second. This is the layout of the arena in Glasgow. So, like, you have the stage here.
That did not at all look like the picture that I got.
And you have the seating here.
Okay.
I think this is, I typed in OVO Glasgow. OVO Hydro Glasgow.
It does look like it.
So, like, you have...
It does have the same logo.
you see there's this seating, and then there's more seating. So like this here is some additional seating there.
Mm-hmm.
And like you're not gonna have that issue with there you go. And this is kind of viewing it from the stage perspective. So you're not gonna have that issue with the lighting rig. It's gonna be like, I feel like this is one of those layouts that would look good both in person and also on camera. Like I really like the way the stage was in Austria too, because like with the Wiener Hall, everything was kind of lined up so that people in the stadium are also getting a good view too.
Yeah.
So I like I said, I think this looks like the Glasgow. I think this is the Glasgow Arena. But yeah, I like that layout a lot. I think it works for.
Dang, you're gonna end up convincing me.
I like that one. I'm trying to find the layout for the arena in Liverpool, but I was kind of having trouble finding that before. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Well, we were talking about Junior. Was there anything else you wanted to just say about Junior in general?
Spin the magic, swoosh. I mean, like when it comes to the branding of the contest, we pretty much like tackled everything. I want to say, and then now it's just like moving into the songs. We're getting songs selected for Junior, y'all.
Yeah, we are.
This is like I didn't even know this was happening until like maybe a week and a half ago. Oh my goodness! So, up first, so in the Netherlands, you guys, they had their junior national selection. 4 competing acts, 3 of whom were groups. Luna, the only soloist, won with her song La Festa and will represent the Netherlands in Yerevan.
Yeah. I mean, it's an upbeat, happy song. I mean, that sounds weird. I promise I wasn't trying to be mean. It's one of those things where, like, yeah, it's happy, it's upbeat. It's a song called The Party. It translates to that.
Yeah.
And it does suit. It sounds Dutch, too. I mean, like, musically, it's got that electronic Dutch feel to it. It's catchy. I don't hate it. And I think you can do a lot with the staging. Like, you could really have a good time with the staging there.
I noticed a very intentional dance break in the song.
Yeah.
So I like in watching the performance. So okay, like the song itself kind of gives me Fiesta Quinceañera Baila like Rainy Rodriguez, but moving aside from that, the actual like the performance that incorporates that dance break, they're trying to go for something that moves in the direction of Chanel Torero, especially with how they're like doing like the lighting and like the rhythm type. I could tell that there's going to be something that they're not going to quite reveal until the performance day. They're trying to have a big moment like that. So, Luna, best of luck. This is going to be an awesome time for you, and I hope you enjoy Yerevan.
Yeah, and I think with JESC, the Netherlands tends to have good choreography.
Oh yeah, they're some of the best choreographed like countries just in general.
Yeah,
like they know how to like twirl.
I mean, like we'll get some choreography. It should be nice. I mean, I look forward to seeing what we're gonna be getting once we have the
Luna's
full
a dancer. She is a dancer.
I mean, maybe she like I think a lot of kids who are into like singing and entertainment start out in dance classes.
Are all around kind of kids.
Yeah, they're all around. They're not just one thing.
I wish I had that like as a kid. I wish like as a kid I was confident enough to like do all this dancing and singing like they would.
I mean, yeah. But then like knowing you'd probably end up being like singing like Whitney Houston covers. Just
do not clock me like that. Do not clock me like that. I am sick and it is not even 10:30 in the morning for me.
Yeah, it'd be your day. Just like every day Whitney Houston covers in public. Wouldn't be able to stop singing wherever you went.
Not you calling me Filipino on this street.
Sorry.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I did find. Well, let's go ahead and let's talk about the other the other act we got confirmed, which is another Laura. Well, Another L. Sorry.
I mean, another Laura in terms of just the Eurovision grand family. Like, we get
Oh, no,
quite
I
a lot of
mean-
Lauras.
I think there's 2 other girls named Laura in JESC this year.
From Malta, or?
No, I mean, like, who are confirmed.
Oh.
There's a lot of L
Laura-
names happening.
Lara. I think it's Lara
Okay, Laura.
for North Macedonia.
This is
Lara and Irina.
I don't know if in Poland it's pronounced Laura or Laura, though.
Me either.
I'm not sure which one it's pronounced, but she won in the Polish Junior, and the song is called "To the Moon." The Moon had a good weekend last weekend. Because like Luna means moon, and I should have made a moon joke.
That was, oh, come on. If we thought about that before, we could have fleshed that out and made it like hella camp, you know.
Exactly. So yeah, the Moon had a good weekend, and Laura's song is "To the Moon." It's like a nice kind of Disney-esque ballad.
It is very Disney-esque, yeah. It's
know there's
giving
gonna
Disney XD.
Yeah, it is a bit. I know it's gonna be getting a revamp just because, like, you can tell it's a demo at this point. Same with like Ukraine song that we talked about last week. You can tell there's a revamp coming. I like the idea of a song called "To the Moon" for like a children's ballad.
Yeah.
Just because I associate like there's that book like "I Love You to the Moon and Back" that's like popular.
Yeah.
And then I associate like looking for somebody you miss as a child to the moon, maybe because I used to watch a lot of like An American Tale as a kid. And like
An American Tale. Wow,
well,
you just took me all the way back.
Like somewhere. But okay, there's a song in the movie, and like it's like 2 mice looking at the moon and thinking about missing one another. Okay, I don't know that's why when I think of the moon, I think of like children missing each other.
Yeah, or like that SpongeBob episode.
I don't have SpongeBob as a cultural reference like some people do. Like, the only SpongeBob episodes I can think of off the top of my head are like "I Don't Need It," which is like the one with the water.
Where he's like dehydrated.
Yeah. I will quote that one. Is mayonnaise an instrument? I remember that one. That episode I remember very fondly. The like
didn't that episode get an Emmy or something? Like it's like one of the acclaimed episodes. Yeah.
It's a great episode. And then the one with the jellyfish.
The jellyfish. There's a lot with jellyfish.
Like, no, there's an episode where like SpongeBob brings some jellyfish home and they have a rave in his house.
Oh, the jellyfish rave. Yeah. That's one of the best episodes too. Like I get that song stuck in my head all the time. I need to go back and rewatch SpongeBob as an adult. But beside that.
Yeah, beside that. When I think of the moon, I think of like children missing each other. So I like a moon theme on that. And I like the fact that it's like a Disney-ass ballad. We always need one of those.
Yeah, last year was Bulgaria. But like this year, it's "To the Moon," which is a little poppier than that. But I mean, like, Poland loves to give their kids just pop songs. They love to give their kids pop songs. And this is a nice like pop ballad.
I think that's a good thing. Because I like when I watch Junior and I vote for songs in Junior, I think of what would I like as a kid. That's like my first thing I always think about. So if it's like a girl in like a frilly dress or something, number one, she's getting my points because I want to be a kid. I like that was me as a little girl. I'm like frilly dress all day, every day. Pop like upbeat songs I tend to go for at Junior too, because it's like what would I want to listen to as a kid? Something upbeat.
Yeah.
Like with this one, it's like a Disney-esque ballad. And like I said, I used to watch a lot of American Tail as a kid, and because of that, or like every Disney movie had like the pop ballad in it, and this would fit in that kind of that box too. So it is something that I would gravitate towards as a kid.
Yeah, it's very fulfilling for like also the child inside me, where it's just like I feel it's almost nostalgic. You know, it's almost nostalgic in a very kind of like sensitive sense. I think it's a pretty unique song too. Like I think like the melody itself is pretty unique, and I'm excited to see how it's like fleshed out by the time we get to the contest itself in Yerevan, because this is very much a demo. Like it is still super in demo territory.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens to it. And speaking of demos, let's go ahead. Let's talk about.
Not speaking of demos.
Is that too mean?
No. It's not, because it's true. I mean, like these are like So,
okay. So speaking of demos, we got the songs that will be competing at Junior Malta tomorrow. I think is it tomorrow or Sunday?
I don't remember.
Sometime this weekend. I'll figure it out when it happens. I have like an alert set up, so when it goes live, I'll be notified. We have songs competing at Malta Junior Eurovision. Is that what it's called, or is it Junior Eurovision Malta?
I am also not sure about that.
Oh, the Maltese national selection for their Junior Eurovision song is going down this weekend. I'm going to just quickly read through the list of names and song titles, and then we'll try to talk about our faves or what we're looking forward to. So we have Aliyah Cesar with Infinity, Andrea Camilleri with Spark, Cassidy Galeas with Light Up, Seska Galea with See the Invisible, Shirley McClaff with the song The Extra Mile, Emma Kate Formosa with Bounce, Gaia Gambuza with Diamonds in the Sky, Genevieve with You. Oh, the name of the song is With You by My Side. Isis Jade Miller with Unbreakable, Kayleen with Shooting Star, Kaylin with the song Malia. I'm sorry, Kaylin Malia with the song Here I Am. Kinsey Klapara with, this is in Maltese. Talet Jadini. Then My Girls with Stereo. Naomi Pustutili with Little Cheeky. Rian Bree with, those names rhyme, cute. With Karma, and then Shanse Magnon with Magion with Heartbeat.
Yes.
So those are the songs. Me tripping up. We're at that point of the year again where I get to trip over people's names.
But hey, given Maltese is not easy. Maltese is one of the hardest ones, though.
Maltese last names at this point I've kind of got down. I feel like. Just
Maltese
because
words are just everywhere, though. Just the general vocabulary.
Oof. And then with the songs we have competing, we've got a number of songwriters who kind of worked in both junior and worked at adult Eurovision with Malta. And I'm just trying to see.
So it looks like Aliyah's song is co-written by Mushu, who's a mainstay of ESC, and Junior Eurovision. He wrote Not My Soul, Destiny's winning song of Junior Eurovision 2015, was it?
Yeah, 15, that was 2015, I feel like. And some really popular ones from Malta at adult Eurovision too. The sort of thing. I feel like whenever I see his name, I'm like, okay, we kind of know what we're going to be getting there. Do you want to touch on any songs or things that you enjoyed?
Yes, really quick before I do that, I think it's so interesting how Isis Jade Miller's song is written by Christina Magrin, that was one of my favorite songs in Junior Eurovision 2016, Parachute. So amazing. I think that's one of the songs that should have gone to Grown Vision. Perfect song. I kind of anticipate that. But when it comes to songs that immediately stood out for me, Tilet Shadini, that was catchy, and it has a Maltese language. That's quite an edge for me. I love it when the Maltese language is used, and not to mention it's a pretty good pop song. But I think my favorite has to be The Extra Mile. From Sherelle McAuliffe.
Okay. Well, for me as well, Tilet Shadini, stood out to me because it's a Maltese. So you don't really get to hear that language very often. It's an interesting language, just from I'm one of those people who looks at where languages come from and how they evolve over time. That's one of my weird hobbies. And I'm like, this is just such an interesting language, how we got to have it. So I appreciate it. That one's one of them. And then I really liked oh my gosh. Oh, Here I Am. That one I really liked. It made me think of Christina Aguilera when she was younger. So I'm thinking second album Christina Aguilera.
Second album Christina Aguilera.
Or maybe first album. What album was
Yes, Kaylin. Wait, which one was what?
I can't remember what album. What album was Beautiful on?
That was the second one, I think.
Yeah,
I think that was the second one. Yeah.
Because I have the music video in my head and I'm going off what the music video looks like to determine which era of it. It's like the song is giving me second album Christina. Look wise, I'm getting heavily first album Christina.
Okay, Kaylin.
And like, Kaylin. Side note, kind of off on a bit of a tangent here. I like how when we were watching through the clips, every kid, their styling was so different. Like it was like every piece different. It was like, what is on trend anymore with children? Because I felt like some kids were dressed like it was the 80s, like they were in 80s children's clothes. Some kids were dressed like it was the early 90s. Some kids were dressed like it was the late 90s, early 2000s. Some kids were dressed like
in overalls. Some kids were dressed in casual wear. Like it's everywhere. Like all these kids brought something different to the table in terms of just audition fashion. That is just...
No, I'm talking about the fact that like I remember hearing that there's no trends happening right now because every trend is happening right now. That's reasonable. Like, and that like watching through those clips was like a microcosm of that. Like I don't know what the style is going to be when people in the future go, oh, that's how people dress in the 2020s. I don't know what that's going to be, if that makes sense. Like what, because when you say 1920s, you immediately have something in your head of what people dress like in the 1920s.
Yeah, but I don't have an immediate answer to that question. Like, how did people dress in the 2020s? Like, I'm actually not able to answer that at all. So
see, I mean, it's just interesting. It's one of those ones like from a combination of fashion and sociology standpoint. I just noticed that, and I wanted to call it out for a second.
Yes, Maltese kids.
Yeah, thank you, Maltese kids, for pointing that out to me and making me go, yeah, people are right when they say that.
And it's funny too how like in the Maltese selection we have songs that sound a lot more like in the mature direction, and we have songs that sound a lot more in the junior direction. So we have like the song from what are their names? Rhea and Bree, Karma. That sounds like it could definitely move in like a Eurovision type like angle. And then we have songs like Bounce, where it sounds like, okay, yeah, like we're still in like children's contest. We're still catering to a very younger audience. There's a very wide range of types of songs we have here. I have no idea what direction they're going to go in, frankly.
Well, that's one of the things I like about Junior, because you do have people who go very like they're children, so you go very young child with it. It kind of shows you how much people change, or like when you can, like I have a friend who's a teacher, and they specifically teach middle school because of the changes that you see from a 7th grader to an 8th grader. Like that's the age time when you really see who a person's gonna become, and that's the reason why they wanted to specifically teach middle school, to be able to be there and help guide, or to basically be able to see that change from a child to a teenager. And that's kind of the thing I like about Junior, because you get that range of child to I'm now entering teenage. In my teenage years, I want to be a little more mature. And like with the Maltese selection, it does that beautifully. It kind of gives you everything. It kind of gives me everything I think of when I think of what Junior can be and what Junior should be. And like you pointed out, exactly like those two songs you mentioned. I mean, for me personally, I think the ones that kind of stood out to me the most were both on the more mature spectrum of things. But again, it's Junior. So, and that's why Junior is always kind of a weird one for me at the same time. Because like you'll have 8-year-olds who are at the bottom end. And what an 8-year-old's going to go for is totally different than what a 14-year-old's going to go for at the top end.
And like it doesn't really matter. I mean it matters, but it doesn't really matter the direction that they necessarily choose, because if you look 2 years ago, Valentina won with kind of like a more younger side song, and then this last year, Kami Kami is a lot more mature sounding. It really depends on everyone else who shows up, but overall, like the gauge of maturity isn't an indicator of how good the song will do in the contest, and I love that about it.
Yeah, and it's like I think it's good to have those like younger ended songs too. Like it's good to have a winner. Like, yeah, it's good to have like a winner like J'imagine it's, skews younger. It's very, the music video, the styling, everything was very, come on, it's a girl in a poofy dress. Again, you already know I gave her points.
Yep.
Like, I ran her some points for real.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't give any points to Melina, I don't think, last year. I didn't. I feel like I know I gave points to Georgia.
Well, I mean, because he Georgia. Okay, the thing about what was his name, Nico?
Yeah, I think so.
The thing about Nico is like he's the exact kid that I was at his age. Like he was just like
he's like flossing,
like little big eyes. Is just like he can say some weird things, but like as it turns out, he's like talented.
Yeah, I know I gave Georgia points because I just that Count the Smiles I still listen to.
Icon.
I listen to that one regularly still. Like it's good.
I mean, Georgia just puts out good tracks. Like that's something that we're never gonna be able to shake off. Like so they always put out something good.
The way Georgia does their national final for junior is they have like a song like they have a singing contest, and they choose a singer, and then later on choose a song. So we don't really get to talk about Georgia's process too much. But just to touch on Georgia for a second, I don't know why they're so good at junior, but so at adult. Like honestly,
oh my gosh, the adult contest. It was so absurd in the arena. That was absurd, but
I loved it. I don't care what you say. That was great. That was me on like my thing is like with Georgia is I tend to like what they send, but like I understand why it doesn't do well.
Yeah, I was in the latter camp when I was in Turin, but we don't get that same paradigm in junior. Like they're just good. They're just good at what they do. Georgian children are just like.
I'm sorry, Giorgio's posted something and I got distracted. Giorgio's BTW, I was in Jungle Gym, Cincinnati. Is Jungle Gym's that massive grocery store I see in Ohio that I really want to go to?
Jungle Gyms?
I think that's what it's called. Hold on. It's like this crazy grocery store.
Jungle Gyms. That sounds.
Yeah, it is. Okay, this place is crazy. I'm going to show you the inside of it.
Show me.
Okay. Tangent time, y'all.
It's okay. I mean, we barely have like anything to talk about this week anyway, so.
Yeah, we're about to wrap up anyways. Okay, so Jungle Gyms is this insane grocery store.
The website's cute.
No, like I have to find it. Like there's TikToks about it. It's insanity. Like there's a car, there's like weird statues and stuff. I think it's like one of the biggest grocery stores in the country.
What?
It's huge.
Georgios, you've been here?
I want to go so bad. Like every time I'm like thinking, I'm like, okay, next time I go to Michigan, I want to stop at Jungle Gyms, but I have dogs. So it's like I can't take my dogs inside the store. I just really want to go. I have to find like there's TikToks about it. I'm telling you, it's insanity.
Send me those.
I don't know what to say other than it's like crazy what it's like on the inside. Oh, sorry.
I've never heard about that place before.
I also want stuff to start playing. Yeah, like it's like, so they were playing Snap in that grocery store. I can't imagine being in the chaos that is that store and hearing Snap. Like those two things don't go together.
Oh, the way I would have started singing louder than everyone in that store. Like, y'all don't understand.
The only Eurovision song I've ever encountered in the wild was, oh my God, I was about to say Titanium. So, it's what Levine, Germany. What year was that?
That was 17.
What was the name of that song? What was the name of that song?
Wait, I remember it. Perfect Life.
Okay, that's the only Eurovision song I've ever heard out in the wild.
That is.
I know it was Perfect Life. I thought it was Titanium at first.
I mean, it has the same intro. It's on the same key pretty much. I
assumed it was Titanium, but then it started singing. So that's the only Eurovision song I've ever heard in the wild. I was at Shoppers, which is like a massive grocery store in this area, and I had gone there before Eurovision's final to get some snacks for Eurovision. So I'm in the grocery store getting my Eurovision snacks. I'm standing in the frozen aisle because I'm like, I want kind of like on a soft pretzel, but so I'm sitting looking at pretzels, and then I hear like the opening. I'm like, okay, this is titanium. And then as I walk like to the checkout, I was like, oh my God, this is perfect life. So I'm trying to like take a recording of what it sounds like, but you can't hear it because it's a grocery store.
It's too quiet.
And yeah.
Damn. I've heard a couple songs in the wild. Like Arcade was a big one I heard in the wild a couple times, but like no one remembered the artist by name or the name of the song. I heard Brevity, I heard Soldi, I heard Slow Mo recent. Oh my gosh. So you folks don't know this, but I work for the Oakland Roots. I am a bartender, like whenever they have games. There was a girl who, before the game, did slow-mo. She did Chanel's slow-mo, dance break and everything. But during the middle of the dance break, the audio stopped and it was kind of, but like, but you do hear some Eurovision songs in the wild. Slow-mo was my most recent one.
I don't know, because like I'm so isolated into like what the wild, because I don't really go out in the wild very much. I don't really listen to music. Well, I listen to music, but like I listen to my own stuff mostly. I have heard. I mean, does TikTok count as the wild?
I would count it. Yeah.
Okay, so I've heard most. Yeah. I've heard like Arcade, because that was really big on TikTok. Snap is big on TikTok.
I've not heard Snap in public, but it's only a matter of time.
Time. I'm sure if I went to, no, Shoppers doesn't exist where I'm at anymore. The Shoppers got turned into Amazon instead.
We don't even have a Shoppers, so.
I mean, it's an East Coast thing. Do you have a ShopRite?
No.
Okay, I don't know. That's like the other company, right?
It's like y'all don't have like Nob Hill either. Y'all don't have Lucky.
No,
exactly. It's weird because it's just like when you move like to another side of the country, it's like a completely different language in terms of like where you get your stuff.
Yeah, and it's also like it's on a gradient too. Because like where I live, we don't have Waffle House. Well, we have Waffle House that's 16 miles away. That's the closest Waffle House to me. Like we don't have Sheetz where I'm at, which is like it's a gas station chain. It's great.
Sheetz? What the hell?
Sheetz. Okay. Get another tangent. I think it's like an East Coast gas station chain, but it's like Northeast. So like the first ones start in Virginia. They've got them in Maryland. Pennsylvania has them for sure. I think Ohio has Sheetz. I want to say Ohio has Sheetz. No. The last Sheetz I see is usually in Pennsylvania. But like it's like it's a gas station, but they have food at all of the gas stations.
See, that is a concept that I have not like. So you introduced me to that concept last year, and I remember being thrown for a loop. It's just like there's no way that a gas station can also serve you food. Like, how does it also have a kitchen? But I'm like dating someone from the South. Like, apparently that's just a huge part of reality that me as a Californian doesn't experience. California is such like an insulated culture.
KFC started out as a gas station.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh my
it was
gosh,
originally
Colonel
a gas
Sanders.
station. Yeah.
Put $40 in my
I think it's just a thing here.
I'm Dayquil Doozy.
Okay. I think we're kind of gone off on tangents here. But at this point, we should probably wrap it up.
Hopefully, you guys love us for this because I mean, like, in some degree or another, we do this every stream. So
I know we need to focus. But yeah, there wasn't much to talk about this week. So
not a ton, but like there's going to be a lot more stuff coming up in the next couple of weeks, like host city, Junior Eurovision stuff. It's just going to start picking up really soon.
Yeah, I'm sorry it took me so long to figure out how to pull up the screen because like I can show you what the arena for. Oh, never mind.
LVP.
Anyways, LVP. You want to see it real quick? Hold on. I know we're wrapping up, but let me just pull
Let's do it. Let's go.
That's the Liverpool arena.
The
stage is kind of set back. The stage is kind of set so far back. I mean, you would be pulling out some of these seats here, to put in more of the staging. Like, I would say this part that says stage would be more like the backstage area.
Wait, where would the green room be?
Probably in the middle here, because they've been that's where they put the green room last time.
Mm.
And like, I like having the green room kind of close to the stage, because I'm sorry, I like seeing flags and everything at Eurovision too, but also some people need to stop putting their flags so high in the air. It distracts from the rest of the video. Like, you know.
Oh, it's terrible. It is terrible. And in person too, it's actually not that much better.
Yeah,
I'm
I
also
don't like
short. Europeans tend to be tall. Yeah.
Well, you know what? You should have drank more milk. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. I'm not short too, so
yeah.
You're probably standing behind
we're
a couple
the short
of Dutch
people over here. Like this is the short stream.
Yeah. I say that and I'm taller than average, but it's more like I'm short for my family and I'm tall for everyone else. But yeah. Anyways, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you guys.
Jamie, yes, hitting us in quickly with Jamie R hitting us quickly with a Team Glasgow. Same.
Team Glasgow. I see you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
fingers crossed, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, so thank you so much for joining us. If you enjoyed the stream, go ahead and check out EurovisionFam.com, like, subscribe, all that other good stuff that we say at the end of videos. And we will see you next week at the same time. So bye-bye, y'all.
Bye, guys. Love you.
Bye. Okay. Oh. Oh, it's not letting me in the broadcast for some reason.